Hey, Matt Morris, mattmorris.com here in Johannesburg, South Africa. At one of my best friend's places here, Sashin in South Africa. We're outside of Johannesburg. Just bought a brand new place here a few days ago and just moved in. In fact, we had a big party last night. We had a kind of a leaders only little retreat, and man, this place is absolutely amazing. The dream is definitely real. And you know, Sashin's story, he got started at 21 years old. 18 years old. By 21, he had hit the top rank in our company. By 24, he had done it twice. And 24 years old, just bought his dream house here. He's already planning for his next dream house, but you can see Ferrari there, Aston Martin there. And I wanted to just give you guys a quick tip, because you know, the reason why he has what he has, you know, he may be on my team, but I will tell you, I had very little to do with his success. And there's a tip in leadership here. I'm going to talk about leadership and mentorship. Number one, never claim any credit for any of your leader's success. The best way to run off a leader is for you to try and take credit for what they have done. And so he has done it. I mean, heck, I live in Dallas. He's here in South Africa, and it's just become an amazing, amazing leader. And I just want to give you guys a tip, because sometimes I remember when I got started in network marketing, it felt like mentorship and becoming a leader and being able to mentor others was very challenging. It was this elusive, mysterious thing. And I'd have people that would have challenges, and I didn't feel like it could really help them, because I had spent a handful of years in personal development, reading book after book after book and immersing myself in it. And people, you know, they get into network marketing, they haven't done a lot of personal development, they come to you and they want the quick fix. It's like, hey, I've gone out and I've talked to a bunch of people, I can't seem to get it working. And I used to always go to tactics. All right, how are you inviting? How are you presenting? What are you doing when you get new members started? And you know, I felt like a bad leader, because they'd go out and try and implement some of the things I was telling them, and it didn't work. They'd come back and say, you know, it's still not working. What do I need to do? And so I would go back to tactics, and I'd try and train them on more tactics. And I noticed I just wasn't very effective. And so what I started doing was I kind of realized that, you know, the reason why I've had success is because I immersed myself in personal development. I read so many books on communication skills, on leadership, on sales, on network marketing. I really started to understand it. And so that's what I started doing as a mentor, is when someone would come to me and they were having challenges, because I had read so many books, I would typically know a book that would relate to them. So if I noticed that they had really bad languaging, then I'd have them read a book like What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. If I noticed that they were very negative, I'd have them read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. If they were always talking about how, you know, difficult it was, I might have them read a certain book. If they were afraid of rejection, I'd have them read a book. If, you know, they had a lack of self-confidence, I'd have them read a certain book. If they just were a small thinker, I'd have them read a different book. And I could relate to them because I had read a lot. So here's a mentorship tip, is you've got to be very well read if you want to be able to effectively mentor others. And so here's what I would start to do. Rather than just give them a bunch of tactics, or rather than try and train them myself, I would say, listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go read this book. And once you've read the book, I want you to come back to me. And I know in many cases they were frustrated because they wanted the quick fix. But the reality is there is no quick fix. There's not one thing you're going to say to someone and that's going to turn everything around. Now, maybe you're just the most amazing mentor in the world and you can say something to someone and they have a massive shift. But I wanted them to go out and do the work themselves. And so in some cases, they would come back to me, maybe it was a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and say, man, I'm still having all these challenges. Well, I could go back and I could say, hey, did you read that book? And if they hadn't read that book, what you have to do as a mentor is, there's a rule I want you to follow, is if someone is not coachable, don't coach them. And so I would literally tell them, look, I told you to read this book and I want to help you. I want you to win, but if you're not willing to do the work, that means you're just not coachable, and I can't coach you if you're not going to be coachable. So are you willing to read the book? Yeah, I'll go read the book. Now, if someone came to me and they read the book and they came back to me, that was a sign that this was someone that I massively want to pour into, that I'm willing to work with because they're willing to do the work. And here's an interesting thing that started to happen. People started telling me, man, you're such an amazing leader. and all I did is have them read a book. See, I didn't have to be the expert. I didn't have to give the specific mindset training and so forth. Now, I would do that to a degree, but I would make them go do the work. So that's what I want you to start implementing in your business. Make people go out and do the work. Make them read the book. Get them hooked on personal development. And that is one of the biggest tips on growing leaders. So listen, appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to go do an event, doing a 3-day blitz in Pretoria, Johannesburg, and Cape Town. Then I'll be flying home. So record a few more videos for you guys while I'm out here. If you feel like this video added some value, definitely share it around. Love to hear your comments below, and you can always hop over to mattmorris.com, put your name and email address in, and you'll get my free videos delivered to your inbox every single week. Take care.